everybody? Welcome to another one of our videos for the Festival of Releases. Today, we're debatably talking about the biggest release of the year.
Yep.
Yes, which is Call of Duty World War II.
Yep.
It's goddamn motherfucking Call of Duty.
Yep.
Goddamn going back in time, shooting some shit. But they did put in a bunch of old features that people love, so they did carry on zombies.
Wait for it. Ready? It's Call of Duty. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been great. Thanks for joining us.
No, Jeremy. No, Jeremy. We have to talk about it a bit. So they did add a couple old features, but obviously kept them going. So this one did have zombies.
Yep.
So it did keep strong with that.
Yep.
Which obviously the community super demanded it.
Yep. Which now it looks like it's not just Treyarch doing zombies anymore. It's like zombies just gonna be every year, which I guess makes sense. I feel like they should just do a damn zombies game. There's a big enough
fan base for it. The zombies features are definitely unique and different.
It's all very different.
We'll go into that in a bit. We're just kind of overviewing right now. So yeah, and the other major thing is obviously it's World War II. They're going back, so they ditched the exosuits.
Kind of.
Yes, they ditched the double jumping, they ditched the wall running, they ditched all the superhuman soldier shit.
You can totally like teleport inside tanks and stuff though. Like you can like hang from the ceiling. I'm just kidding.
So they definitely brought it back down to a ground warfare combat.
Yes, it's which is on the ground again.
Exactly,
finally.
Which is what a lot of people have demanded, and a lot of people are happy about that. Obviously, though, it is Call of Duty, so it's very mixed, as it always is. I mean, let's just be real about that. Like, I get very tired of people saying, oh, it's been amazing and the franchise has been good forever. But I also, and I will say this though too, I also get equally as mad as the people that go, oh, it's been complete, absolute garbage the entire time too.
Yeah.
Because there has been improvements and stuff. We do have to acknowledge it. I'll be pretty...
I mean, it is also the biggest selling franchise of all time. Like,
exactly.
Call of Duty does very well for as much shit as it gets.
Exactly. I'll be very transparent just before we start this video. And I don't know if you want to go in on your thing. I haven't been a major Call of Duty fan since probably... The last one I proactively bought, played, divulged in, and loved, without question, was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
That was the last one I played and absolutely loved. I've dabbled in each Call of Duty since they've come out. I've checked this one out a little. Jeremy's obviously put a lot more time into this one.
I wouldn't say a lot more, but enough.
A lot more than me,
yes.
Let's be honest. A lot more than me, so that's obviously why we wanted to wait till we put in enough time to talk about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll be honest. Call of Duty has never been like, oh my god, blew my mind.
Right.
So I just want to give people a heads up before we start like really going in and talking about it, that kind of where I'm at with it.
Yep. I mean, the last Call of Duty I was excited for was the first Black Ops. I played that one, and that was the last one I really went in on. I played Black Ops 3 multiplayer a lot, but I didn't play Infinite Warfare. I thought it was garbage. Didn't play Advanced Warfare that much because I didn't like the controls. Didn't really play Ghosts. I mean, I played the story for Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Ghosts was actually the only game I didn't touch the multiplayer for.
Well, they built the story so much for that one. And let's be honest, I think you totally dodged the bullet on multiplayer because I heard the multiplayer was garbage. The servers were so bad.
Apparently pretty bad.
Well, because it was it was that terrible trifecta of it was out on PS3 and 360, but then it was also day one port on Xbox One and PS4.
Right.
Which was that huge problem of like then the servers didn't know what the fuck they were doing half the time, and it was trying to support 4 consoles at the same time as opposed to its usual 2 at launch. So it was such a clusterfuck. So yes.
I'm doing something really, really stupid right now. I'm just like really curious if I can like figure this one out real quick. So
you gotta talk it out. What are you doing?
I am figuring out how many this is now.
How many games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's going through that. So
so hypothetically, so without like the spin-offs like Big Red 1 and like the ones for
of course.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 14th Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm missing any, right? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, World at War, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Ghosts, Infinite Warfare, and World War 2. That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
I'm missing.
That's everything.
So this is the 14th Call of Duty that we're talking about. 14. Call of Duty's come out every year for 14 years.
Yeah.
That's a little insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I think like between 1 and 2 it might have been 2 years because it's the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's nuts.
It's a game, it's a franchise, everybody knows what it is. If you don't know what Call of Duty is, you're living under a rock, so please get out of that rock.
Bam!
Just saying. I mean, you don't have to ever play it, but I mean, if you've never heard of Call of Duty, then
what the fuck?
It's like never hearing of Queen.
Oh, God, don't even be... Oh, stop. Let's not even.
So anyway, we'll get into this. So World War II got an 88% on Metacritic. It got a 3.3 user score on Metacritic. It doesn't have an actual review through IGN yet, or most of the other places. The 3.3 user score.
Really quick, hold on, before, because that's going to be a huge conversation thing. So, really quick, though, because I'm just entertained. So, what is your prediction for IGN's review? Not your review. What is your prediction that you think IGN's going to give this one? Now, with no context, just purely a number, because obviously we're going to talk about it.
I'm going to say IGN's probably going to give it a 9. I'm going to say Game Informer is going to give it like an 8.25, but it'll be like their platinum game for the month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep, I was about to say, I'm going with a 9.2.
Okay.
For IGN.
Yeah.
Game Informer, 8.75.
Okay.
So I'm going with.
Yeah.
But same. Totally. Yeah. It's totally gonna be the
fucking, platinum game.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, sorry. So yeah, 3.3
user score is because people are complaining because it's got microtransactions and shit, so people are bombing the things. And then there's people that are like super making it great because it's like it's Call of Duty, it's the best game in the world.
We have seen that before.
It's very shitty. So don't go off the user score. I don't want to say go off of our score, but I mean, I'd like to think that we're putting in ample time to give you guys a real review. So, 88% critical review through Metacritic isn't bad. The game's fun. It is really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You can go watch Saving Private Ryan, and you've beat the campaign. So, go do that. The multiplayer's a lot of fun. They did really do differences with the way that bullets react. So, if you shoot somebody in the head, it's not a guaranteed kill, but it definitely makes it easier to get the kill. So they do a lot with that, where it feels more realistic.
Well, I was going to say, too, here, why don't we kind of break it down this way? Because I was just thinking this is... I feel like it would just be a more concise way. So why don't we break it down by each mode? So there's story, multiplayer, and zombies.
Yep.
So why don't we start with story?
Okay, story's fantastic.
Okay.
Story is incredibly historically inaccurate.
Okay.
It is really good. It is a remake of 1, 2, and 3, and Saving Private Ryan. Mm-hmm. So you've already done this before, a million times over with every World War II game. You're storming Normandy. The very first weapon that you pick up is it's a Soviet submachine gun that a German soldier dropped. That's not possible. That didn't happen. I had a very big conversation with Kyle about this. Kyle is a huge history buff. He has a degree in history.
Yes.
And his focus was World War II. So Kyle knows his shit. It's not accurate. And that is a problem. Because it's supposed to be a World War II game.
And here's the other thing too, because we were kind of talking about this before the podcast, but another thing too, because it's kind of a 50-50 pull here. The real problem is, too, with that, is that they never really specifically said that they were going to be, 100% historically accurate.
Right.
But, at the same time...
You would expect them to try...
Of course.
...a lot harder than they did.
Exactly. And, the best way I think another company kind of went historical, but dodged the accuracy bullet, was Battlefield 1. Battlefield went World War I, but they said right out the gate, this is a reimagining of World War I.
Right. There will be extra weapons. There will be extra things that didn't happen to make this a game.
Yes.
But this was never clarified what we were going to get out of it.
This was that, but without them claiming that.
Yes.
Which is the problem.
Yeah. So it's... The original 1, 2, and 3 did a better job at staying historically accurate.
Oh, definitely, yes.
And
of course.
I don't want to say that's an issue, because it's not an issue, but it's not great.
Let's say this. A lot of people have an issue with that.
Yes.
Some people won't, but it will. That's, yet again, I think that's another big reason why we're seeing the divide.
And, the other thing, too, Call of Duty as a game and Activision as a company, they do a lot with veterans. They have the Call of Duty Endowment. Mm-hmm. A lot of veterans will play Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying World War II veterans are playing Call of Duty, but a lot of veterans they will play Call of Duty, and they're going to be the people that get pissed off the most about historical inaccuracies. Mm-hmm. And people like Kyle, who have degrees in history, that clearly could have helped.
Yeah.
But the story is good, the story is enticing, the story does keep you engaged. If you don't know jack shit about history and World War II, you're going to have a blast. You're going to go in there and you're going to be like, great, this is awesome. I'm shooting Nazis. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip to how the story changes in multiplayer. And you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. This single player's campaign. Yes, okay, great. Multiplayer takes the historical inaccuracies from the story and propels them forward at an incredible rate. So let's start with the simple things. Red dot sights and hollow sights didn't exist in World War II at all. Mm-hmm. They're totally in this game. They're like immediately in this game. You don't have iron sights. You have red dot sights that look like you're fighting in Afghanistan. Not cool. Second, not to be sexist in any way, women didn't fight in World War II. They told us that women would be in the game. Yeah, we already knew that.
And I think we did bring that up on a podcast.
And that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Just another historical inaccuracy. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. There are black Nazis. You can be a black guy and be a Nazi.
What?
Which, yes, that might sound racist at first. But if you know what a Nazi is, you know that they were racist. And they would not have a black person in their army. That just wouldn't happen.
It's just super weird. It's
not saying that black people can't fight or anything like that. Like, I'm not, don't take that the wrong way. But it's just another historical inaccuracy.
It's weird.
So much to the point that when you're fighting Nazis in multiplayer, they don't have swastikas because they're censoring the swastika. It doesn't exist in multiplayer. In single-player campaign, it does. Mm-hmm. But in multiplayer, it doesn't exist. It's just not there. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. It's just not there. Yeah. Like, it's in the game. Use it.
Yeah. And just really quick too, just to not to like immediately go back to it, but just I think the whole thing with race and gender, just even both, not to cloud it, or like overcast over it, but I think when they looked at that though, they as a company, they just looked at it as we don't want to limit the
of course. Yeah, and that
possibility.
Makes sense.
So that's where that's where I think they and only with those elements they looked outside of it and goes, okay, fuck historical accuracy.
Right.
We're doing that because obviously equality.
But reword this as a reimagining.
Oh, absolutely.
Not an adaptation.
Well, and then like I said, and that is those two subjects I feel like are completely different from red dot sights in the game or USSR submachine guns that a German soldier drops. Like those are, even though they're both labeled historical inaccuracies, those are two totally fucking separate things.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to like reassess that. Yeah. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
But it's just the swastika's not there. So when you're fighting the Nazis in multiplayer, you're not fighting Nazis. You're fighting German bad guys. Like I don't remember what they call them.
Well, like, just even too on like a small side note too. Did you see the new video that they just put out? I know I'm bringing up Wolfenstein in a Call of Duty review. But did you see the difference from Germany's Wolfenstein 2?
Yes, to our Wolfenstein. Yeah,
where Hitler doesn't have his mustache, and then they intentionally take out some dialogue segments. Yeah. I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, it's super cool like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to play a first-person shooter that has World War II guns in it, that has World War II settings, but does not actually adapt to World War II, play this game.
Yeah.
If you want a game that you're going to sit there and play through what happened in World War II, get Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, or World at War, which came out 10 years ago, because they were better at that. There is a third mode. It is Zombies mode. Mm-hmm. Everybody always plays Zombies.
Yes.
Because Zombies is fun. Zombies is not fun. Zombies is absolutely fucking terrifying.
Well, hold on.
They put a horror game inside this game.
I was gonna say, let's disclaimer, not necessarily, like, fun, you can still enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you will enjoy it. If you're gonna buy this game, you're gonna buy it for zombies. This, like, Sledgehammer needs to make a horror game. Like, you are trapped in, like, this building, which is not an insane asylum, but it looks and feels like an insane asylum.
Well, it was a German examination plant or experimental plant that was working on like soldier hybrids.
It's kind of like if the Germans were going to make Captain America and they did it wrong. It's that kind of thing.
And what I did find super interesting too, which they never like directly talked about, but I actually think it's very funny because I mean, if we're, let's say hypothetically, we're tying in all of the Call of Duties into their own timeline.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say every Call of Duty can bleed into one linear timeline.
Right.
I do think it's very interesting because this is almost kind of the pre.
We're talking about zombies mode though.
Yes, yes.
Just zombies mode.
Well, I mean, just even story in general.
Well, yeah.
So bear with me on this. So I do think it's very interesting because it almost kind of leads to a pre them developing exosuits. Because you're seeing that type of, not to be confused with actual exosuit zombies, which is in the later Call of Duties.
Right.
But I did find that very interesting. But, so anyway,
it can be super linear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a horror game. Like, it is a horror game inside of a first-person shooter.
Yep.
It is incredibly tense. Like, before zombies would be like, oh, hey, there's like 4 zombies. Hey, we beat the round. Cool, fix the doors. Hey, it's round 30. Mm-hmm. There's like a million zombies.
There was definitely a routine.
Die. Now it's like, where the fuck are they? Like, what is happening? Where did they go? What am I doing? Why do I only have 1 bullet? I'm gonna die. When does the round end?
Also,
there's no timer. There's no rounds.
Way more aggro.
Yes. Oh my god, it is. And they, like, this was one of the things, and you know, it's a game, whatever. They have models for the zombies. Almost every zombie looked alike in the original games. It was just like, oh, look,
definitely.
there's a zombie.
100%.
No, not with this one. They're all very different. They're all very unique. They have like 25 different models for the zombies. Mm-hmm. And it is a very scary feeling when they kill you. It is not, I'm not going to spoil what happens when you die from a zombie. It's not fun. It is like playing a horror game. And it is incredible. Like, this is what makes Call of Duty good this year.
There we go.
It is, because obviously that doesn't need historical inaccuracies. It's already very historically inaccurate. There's fucking zombies.
Zombies.
It's incredible. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, it is just an awesome feeling to play zombies in Call of Duty as a horror game written by somebody that didn't write the story for World War II. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it's the same developer, but like a different game. It's like you get 2 games in one, and it's awesome.
So, that pretty much covers all 3.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask something interesting. Cause I mean, I'll be honest, guys. I really, for the time I put in, I really cannot give it an honest rating. Jeremy, I think, can give it a better rating than I obviously could anyway. So, I'm going to lean more on you for this one. But I want you to do me a favor. Let's do a review number out of 10 on each. And then
an overall?
Exactly. So, so story first. And you can give a little bullet point back before you throw a number, but
based off of inaccuracies, but also fun in it and the intense moments, which we've already experienced, they're still intense. Mm-hmm. I would give the story a 7.
So decent.
Yeah.
So survivable.
Survivable, yeah.
For what a Call of Duty is.
And for how far I've gotten, I did not beat the campaign. I will admit that up front. Did not beat the campaign. Once I beat it, that might change. It might get better. It might get worse. I don't know. Multiplayer. Taking out the fact that it has any kind of historical accuracies or inaccuracies.
So it's multiplayer.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Wow.
I think multiplayer, I think they did a lot of good game mechanics. I think they changed a lot of what needed to be changed. I think it took every good part of World at War and extended it to what we get now. I think that, you know, before there would be a lot of cheap shit happening in Call of Duty where you would fire the bullets and it would hit them 8 times and they still wouldn't die because the further you are away, the less hard the bullet hits or whatever.
Even though you're playing in a map that's 30 feet in total.
This one, they do a really good job at keeping things consistent. You know,
if you get hit, you're taking a bullet.
Yeah, if you hit somebody in the head, they could die from a sniper. If you hit them in the head and then hit them in like the leg or whatever, they're gonna like get hurt. There are different mechanics that act like that. The health regen system is a little bit different. It is fun. There are loot boxes and things like that, which haven't always been in Call of Duty. Taking out the loot box aspect of it and just focusing on gameplay, I give the multiplayer a 9 out of 10.
Damn, so multiplayer. So, third, zombies.
Zombies, I give a 10 out of 10. Zombies is incredible. Like, zombies is really good. That being said, taking historical inaccuracies, taking the hype that I really did have for the game in general, and taking what I got out of it, I'm probably only giving the game an 8.
Wow. So the story had that much effect on it?
Yeah, I mean, the story...
No. Like, I believe
there are not a lot of people that play Call of Duty for its campaign. I have played every single campaign in Call of Duty.
Pause. I would totally disagree. I'd say the community is honestly not directly in half, but there is a big community that plays pretty much that got tired of the multiplayer shit and only plays for zombie and story.
See, I was just really excited for the story. I was excited for zombies.
I know a lot of people that are like
but
that.
I was extremely excited for the story.
There's a lot of competitive people that only play multiplayer. And I also think too that's a lot of people that didn't like this one because of that.
Yes, but the story let me down. Like the story was, it was. I did it before. Like what I've done already, I've done before. It was the exact same thing, and the historical inaccuracies so far in the story are kind of getting to me a little bit. But
on a side note too, definitely, I think once you beat it, we should bring it up even subtly too.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
on the next,
yeah,
on like the next podcast that we put out for it. Yeah, definitely. I just think it's cool.
100%. So
yeah, guys, that pretty much covers Call of Duty. Like I said, we went in as much as we could on it. There's so many fucking elements and so
disclaimer,
much
try it.
Yes.
Play it and try it. Everybody's
Check
going to have
out.
a different opinion. Like, there are so many people that loved Infinite Warfare, and I thought it was, like, the shittiest game to ever be a game. But, like, try it.
Yeah.
Give your own opinion. Don't completely follow what I say. If you want to have arguments with me in the comments, go for it. I'll get Kyle to back me up on historical things that people yell at me about. But, like, seriously, like, just play it and try it and give your own rating.
I think the best thing about Call of Duty, and even coming from someone who's like not the biggest fan, I think the biggest thing that this one did is give it a lot of opportunity for older fans or people who literally even looked at or have never even gotten into Call of Duty and been like, oh well, it's all futuristic and fucking crazy. They went back to basics, and I think that entices a lot more people.
Yes.
And I think that was like the best thing that came of it. And then obviously, I mean, the overall really big step up in zombies.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
A step up in zombies. I mean, that's honest. I mean, let's be real. Let's not go like crazy further in, but like that's what's going to sell the season pass this year.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because this is also the first time that they're doing the season pass differently. So instead of you getting 4 map packs of 4 maps and a zombies map, you get 3 maps, a zombies map, and a game mode.
Yeah.
Which I guess they're meaning along lines of like domination and kill confirm, but they haven't really told us.
Yeah.
Like we don't really know what that means yet. Which is, so that's different. But they also, Activision did come out and say, in reference to Destiny, that Call of Duty will be in opposite months than Destiny, so that no matter what, you are playing a Activision first-person shooter the entire year. So keep in mind, if you don't know when the next Destiny expansion is coming out, pay attention to when Call of Duty is coming out, because it won't be that month.
It'll be the in-between months.
Yep, it'll be the month after. So.
Yes. So on that note, guys, that pretty much wraps up our review, or really Jeremy's review, really, of Call of Duty World War II. We hope you guys enjoyed at least the back and forth of it. Like I said, we couldn't do like an official professional full review, but as much time as we put into it, and let's just be real, it's a Call of Duty game.
There's not a lot of time you need to put in it.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, okay, what did they improve on the 14th game?
Bingo. So, anyway, guys, kind of like how Jeremy brought up before, if you guys had any questions, comments, want to debate something back and forth in the comments, we always read them. We always love the feedback, whether it's good or bad. Please leave in the comments. We'd love to check it out. If there's a big enough debate that gets going on, we would love to actually put even a separate video just to even talk about that if it gets crazy enough.
100%.
Yeah, guys. So, like I said, that pretty much covers that for the festival releases for Call of Duty. If you want to check out all our other festival releases games, hit the subscribe button right there. If you want to get notified on when we're putting out every video, because we're putting out a fuck ton of videos this month and next month, hit the notification bell right next to it. Gives you an update on when all that's happening. Jeremy, they can't just find us on YouTube, right? They can hit us up on Facebook?
They can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/PlayersAroundTable. You guys can go there, find the content from us, as well as everybody else in our little group of players.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So on that note, guys. Yeah, exactly. So on that note, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope everybody has a good one. On that note, guys, good evening, good night, and as always, good luck. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.